and Harley here.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for clicking on this video. And today, we are planting seeds.
Getting ready for our 2024 garden, guys. I cannot wait to start growing flowers and vegetables again.
We are in this little concrete area today. Outside of, this is like our downstairs porch, and then this is like beside of it. We have our firewood stored in here, and we've been cleaning it out over the last
Couple days.
like, yeah, probably a week or so too. We've gotten a lot of stuff. This is what we have, like a pile of stuff that we've gotten out of here that we're going to get rid of. And I've been trying to organize some of my materials and stuff. Like anytime we do a landscaping job, or if we buy plants for ourselves or anything like that, we keep the pots. Always, always, always.
This was a polka dot plant from Lowe's. You never know.
Could have been ours, could have been anyone's. I don't even know.
You never know when you're going to need it.
We're going to pull some of the materials down, what we're going to use, and we'll get everything set up. But I do plan on an indoor grow setup.
Yeah.
That's where, like, we're going to go ahead. We're going to start them out here and everything, and then they will be starting their life indoors. Once the seedlings get probably 4 weeks old, I'm going to start hardening them off out here. This area is safe from the wind, and it does, like, it's early afternoon right now, and you can see the sun is starting to come into here. So by the time it's mid-afternoon and late afternoon, the sun will be in here. So I feel like this is going to be a really good area to harden off the seedlings when they get old enough. Okay, I'm going to be using this size right here. Mostly.
Perfect.
Really quick, guys, before we get started, I want to show you this. Check this out. Which we already have some that are blooming up on the top of the bank. But look at that. These are daffodils. They got buds on them. And there's some daylilies coming up behind them. We've moved you around 500 times. And this is all we can come up with. Okay, guys. Come on. Let's start some seeds. Okay, this is the potting mix that we're going to use. This is just like some random, generic, nothing special. We don't have, like any kind of special brand that we prefer over anything else. We kind of will just use really whatever. You can start dumping it in there, really. With my personal experience, any potting soil really works pretty well. Sometimes seedlings do better, in a seedling formula that's been kind of sifted and it's very, very fine, and it allows the seed to grow really easily. But I just like use this kind, and then I'll pull out any big, huge chunks like this. And you don't want it to be like too loose, but you don't want it to be too packed in either. You want the seed to be able to grow easily. And you kind of just like compress it in just gently with your fingers, don't pack it in there. But you want to kind of make sure the soil is all the way down. You want to give the roots lots of soil to grow through and around. We are going to be growing California Wonder green pepper. But these are going to be
I was not recording.
Oh, it's okay. It was recording audio on that.
I'm telling you,
These
it was good.
are we can go back. These are a rainbow mix. These are going to be really cool. And then last but not least, we're going to grow the eggplant.
Man, that was so good. And then I finally noticed, I was like, it still says 0.
See, you caught it in real time. We're still doing it, guys. We're still doing it. Okay, my materials are over there, some of them. Okay, I had the fanciest materials, guys. I know some of you might not be able to get as fancy materials as these, but just do the best you can. Okay, we're going to use popsicle sticks and tape.
Yeah, that's sharp.
Okay. Yeah, okay. From my personal experience, a lot of them, they'll say on the back there, sow depth, like a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, you know, whatever like that. I just feel like if you just make a little hole, drop it in, lightly pack the soil around it, it's really not that big of a deal. I say stray away from putting it too deep, though. That could be a problem, because you want the seedling to be able to have roots. So the further down you put the seed, you know, it's going to be growing up, but the roots will start way down there at the bottom. So it will become root bound very quickly like that. Okay, I should have gave you one, or you could have used the end of that marker. You can use your finger. You can literally use whatever to make a hole in the soil. Okay, so we can pretty much start off with whatever. Let's start off with the tomatoes. Okay, so make sure you label your plants, guys, or you might forget what they are. And we have 2 types of tomatoes, so do the low acid or yeah, okay. All right.
You want to do that here?
Yeah. Which, let's see, we don't have a whole lot of seeds in here, so I'm trying to think. We're not going to do the whole thing. Like, I'm not going to fill up every single cell with the tomato. Yeah, like we'll
6.
probably do 6.
6 here.
Okay. And then maybe we'll put the, you know, do the beefsteak beside that. Okay.
Beefsteak.
And honestly, we probably could fit all these almost in one tray. We'll see how many we got. Okay. We'll do pepper. I'll just kind of lay them out in really kind of whatever order. There are some things that don't want to grow next to each other.
That's once you get them in the garden.
Yeah, the main thing that makes things not want to grow together well is they require different things from their environment. Like, it might be a seed that does not like to be watered a whole lot, and then if you put it next to one that does require a lot of water, you know, one or the other may suffer in that situation. Guys, Harley has done a beautiful job of labeling the seedlings, or the seeds. Okay, so we kind of jumped the gun. We didn't even need 2 trays, so we're only going to start 1 tray for right now. Okay, so now we are just going to plant them. These seeds are tiny. Look, tiny. Okay, and there, you don't have to do nothing great, special. You can just really quick go side to side and make your little hole. None of these seeds require light to germinate. I'll probably put 2 seeds in every cell. Most of the time, we have a really good germination rate. So I hate to put too many seeds in and then them all germinate and then we have to thin them out and kill them. Okay, so you just cover them back up. Put their label back in. Let's do this one.
And then continue on to the rest.
I figured I'd show you what we're planting up close. Okay, guys, and I just wanted to tell you all of these varieties are ones that require or prefer to be sown indoors anywhere from 6 to 12 weeks before your last frost date. before you transplant. But go ahead and look on the back of your seed packets. There's a lot of really good information back there about the seed that you're planting. It'll tell you the germination rate, the depth to sow, the seed spacing, the row spacing, how many days to harvest. So yeah, for your zone, and it usually shows a little diagram of the zones so you know when to plant. But yeah, if you're unsure about anything, just go to your seed packet, and most of the information that you probably are wondering about is on there.
This is just lovely. I mean, I love gardening.
Yes, this is the first seedlings of the 2024 garden. Well, they're not seedlings yet, but
They will be.
Lord willing, they will be. We have, really, that's one great thing, is we really never had much of a problem with germination. We're very blessed, and we live in a wonderful area with a really good growing season. But these are going to be going inside. You don't have to have grow mats or heat mats or anything like that, but we do have some, and we are going to go ahead and set these on top of that for the first several days until I see germination in at least 70% of the tray. And they will be covered. You know, we'll have a little top on it, like a little dome for the greenhouse effect.
And the heat and a light. We'll
Yeah, and the
grow lights as well.
which the lights won't really
Affect it
come
now.
into play until they have came out of the ground. As soon as you see them sprouting out of the ground, get that light on them immediately. Don't leave it on them 24 hours a day, because it needs to resemble the real sun cycle wherever you live. You know, if you get a lot of sun all day long, you probably would want to leave the lights on them longer than somebody else who doesn't get that much sunshine throughout the day, because you don't want them to get used to that and then get out in your actual garden and not thrive. You want to keep it similar to what your outside environment is going to be like.
Prepare them for it. Yeah. Prepare them for where they're going.
Okay, but first, before we do anything else, we have to water them in. So, come on. Okay. Also, when you're watering them in, you don't want to have like a lot of pressure on them, but get them really, really saturated. Make sure that the soil is very, very moist. You could also bottom water, which is a really good thing to do. If you like lift up one of the little trays and pour the water down into the bottom tray and let it soak the water up from the bottom, that's a really, really good way to water as well. Especially when they're young seedlings. But they do need to start getting used to, you know, like mimicking rain and stuff on them fairly quickly. So you don't want to bottom water them, you know, their whole life. Once they start getting a little bit of age on them, go ahead and start introducing them to top water. Guys, this is another project that we've been putting off on all these beautiful days we've been having, because we want to make a video out of it. But this is the setup of the garden from last year. We grew a lot of vegetables and stuff, but we did grow a lot of flowers. These right here are actually dianthus, and that is feverfew. They are actually, and then these are snapdragons right here. These are actually cool flowers. They can overwinter very well in our climate. But we want to take all these up and rearrange the garden for this year. I actually want, you know, as bad as I hate, because these already have flowers that are growing up in them, our whole yard is a lot of volunteer flowers anyway. So I guess it really doesn't even matter. Wherever we move the beds, there will be, like this ground, no kidding, there are thousands of gladiolas. Which, I mean, I'm not complaining about. I love the gladiolas. They are so gorgeous. They are so fancy looking.
We don't have to replant them every year.
No, they repopulate on their own. A lot of websites and people say in our zone that you have to dig them up, store them over winter, and then replant them again. No, you do not.
Every year
They come back on their own over and over again, and they bring friends. But what our idea kind of is for this year, and guys, let us know. Drop it in the comments. Do you want to see a video about this, or should we just go ahead and do it on our off time? But I want to take this bed right here, slide it over, turn that bed right there, parallel with that one, and the one down there where that little trellis thing is, we're going to move that, turn, that bed's already facing the right way, but kind of line them up, all facing the same way. Do the same thing over here, turn this one sideways, and then that one's already sideways, and then there's a third one down there that's full of dahlias. Turn it around, like move them all up, face them all the same way, have like a little path that goes through the middle and goes to the koi pond down at the end. I know that I probably explained that like totally weird, and I don't know if you understood that or not, but that's kind of what our plan is. So I guess if we do a video on it, you can see it. Yeah, this was a row of zinnias. Those are such a beautiful, easy growing flower. This is where we had some of our corn, which is really the first corn that we've ever grown successfully. But every year's a live and you learn situation. Like here, I was growing a lot of gourds. Oh, wow, that still looks really good. And see, guys, this is seeds too.
Yep, we grew
That
this.
looks beautiful.
You can plant a lot of corn with that one ear.
Yeah, and that's a small ear.
There's another one.
But I had like gourds and squash growing on that, and then I had some okra in the front here, and the gourds grew really fast and got this full of greenery, and then the okra, or the corn in the back, grew really fast, and then the okra in the front here suffered really badly because it didn't get enough sunlight. So now I know I'm going to plant those differently this year. But if you just look everywhere, like look, we had tomatoes here, there's like remnants of them, and like, let me show you, we had a lot of peppers in here. And guys, please don't judge us. These beds, I know they look horrible. You can hardly even see this bed. But it's there, I promise, it's there. But look at all these tomatoes, the skins of them, and the skins were full of seeds. So there will be volunteer tomatoes all in this soil right here for sure. Yeah, definitely. And this bed right here is full of dahlias. And a lot of people, how do you say it? Do you say dahlias or do you say dahlias? Sounds cool. Dahlias sounds a little bit more fancier. But a lot of people say in our zone here that you have to pull these tubers up and store them over winter and replant them again. But you don't have to. They come back. And then a lot of people also say it's very hard to germinate and grow dahlias from seed. No, it's not.
It's completely full of seeds.
All of these dahlias here in this bed were grown from seed. They are probably one of the easiest flowers that I have ever grown
in our zone
from seed.
We're just speaking from our zone and our
in our personal experience. And we don't have any kind of special green thumb or anything. Harley more than I do. He grew up with a garden. I did not. My first garden ever was with Harley. He introduced me to gardening.
And I was so happy to do so because every year, guys, it's just grown more and more.
That was 2020. That was our first garden. But here in our country, most people grow these dahlias here for the flowers, but you can actually eat the tubers. Yep. So if it came down to it, they're like potatoes, so we could eat those as well. And yeah, they just repopulate. They multiply under the ground. All these seed heads, like. You guys, hopefully you'll see, Lord willing, we'll make videos on it, but these seed heads have dropped everywhere from all the plants. Like, we could literally not plant anything at all ourselves, and I do believe we would have a full garden of just volunteers. And I'm so thankful for that, guys, because you don't know how important that could be in certain situations. You know, when your land can provide for you,
Yep.
there's nothing else like that.
Yeah, if you can have a homestead to where you can live off your land and provide for your family at home. I know it's not for everybody, but that's something that we've dreamed of for a long time.
Yeah, and I'm very thankful that we already have a pretty good start on that lifestyle.
Yeah. And with the orchard in the back, we've planted
Yeah,
a lot
we are
of
so
fruit
thankful.
trees.
Yes, I'm so thankful, because food is something that that's something we all have in common. We all have to eat to live. We all have to breathe. We all have to drink water. There's certain things that human beings need to survive, and I'm very thankful for land that will provide food for our family. But yeah, this was a dahlia here that we just kind of let go. There's one down there.
It's not even inside the bed. It came out on the outside.
They're everywhere. There was one year, I guess it was 2020, or it would have been the very beginning of 2021, we actually bought tubers.
Yep.
And I actually bought a seed packet of dahlia seeds from Johnny's as well, which I still have. I still have so many of those.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, when you grow them from seed, is you don't know what they're you don't know what they're gonna look like. They could look like literally anything. But guys, if you're not picky, if you're not growing them for a specific thing where you have to have a certain color, if you just don't care, you just want beauty, the seeds are the way to go. Yeah. Because the tubers are quite expensive. Yeah. And I just noticed this too. We grew pumpkins here on this little makeshift trellis. But look at this. See?
Seeds.
Look at
there
that.
Was a pumpkin that set there.
Yeah, those seeds. They're good to go. They are ready to they are just waiting to be knocked on the ground, or as a nice little snack for the birds. That's something too, guys. This yard is pollinator friendly.
We have so many different kinds of birds and pollinators: butterflies, bumblebees, honeybees, and hummingbirds. It's just lovely to be able to sit out here and watch nature enjoy itself.
Yeah.
To be able to see the pollinators live comfortably around you. You know, once they get to know that, hey, you built this garden, and they see you in the garden, they become very friendly. And I mean, to where there's been times that we were picking flowers out of the garden here, and the bees would not leave. They just would stay on the flower all the way until you walked it in the house, and you'd have to make it leave.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so we need to get the new seeds in their new grow space. So come on, let's take them inside and let's get them set up. So you don't have to have any kind of crazy fancy setup. You can start your seeds in almost anything. And if you have anywhere in your home, or even if there's not room in your home, you could take something like a little small, like this is not a tote, but like a little plastic clear tote like this, and with the lid on it, and make a little makeshift greenhouse out of that. And you can have like little cups in there, like little solo cups or something with your little, and you set them in there, put the lid on it, set it out on your porch, your patio, wherever. Guys, get creative, but grow something. But yeah, these all have different germination rates. We'll keep you updated as they come out of, as they sprout out of the dirt. I will let you see, and we'll grow these plants together. I'm so excited. This is just one tray right now, but as we go on, as we get closer to our last frost date, we will start several more seeds together. We will have this whole thing. It'll get to where we'll have to turn them vertically, and they'll be lined up all the way down, and we will probably have this shelf, and possibly this bottom shelf all full. And I cannot wait for that, because guys, the wintertime. I love it. We need it. It helps to replenish the earth, but there's nothing else like seeing new life, new growth, like when a new plant is born. It is amazing. It's so amazing. It's a miracle. It's literally a miracle. And especially when you see how tiny some of these seeds are, and then you are harvesting off of a gigantic plant that's bigger than you are, and you know what it started as. It started as the tiniest little seed that you couldn't even hardly see. Like, some of the seeds have to be coated just so you can even see them. They're so tiny. So it is definitely a miracle. Guys, if you haven't tried it, please go ahead. Make this your year. Go ahead and plant some seeds. Let us know. Send us some pictures. Drop us some comments. We want to know what you're growing in your gardens, guys. What's your favorite thing to grow? Have you ever grown anything before? Do you want to start a garden? If there's any tips or tricks that or questions that you would like to ask us, or anything you would like to share with us, please let us know. And we will help you in any way that we possibly can.
So now the anticipation begins.
Yes, we'll be checking them every 5 minutes. We'll be like, back over here 5 minutes later. Have they sprouted yet? But I know. It's like, that's the thing. You have to, gardening teaches you patience. So that's something that's a good quality to have. And we can learn a lot from plants. Okay, guys. But yeah, thank you so very much. Drop us anything in the comments. We want to know everything, even if it's not gardening related. Let us know what's going on with you. We love you. We miss y'all. And thank you. Thank you so very much for being a part of this channel.
And thank you for all the support, guys. It's been amazing. Ever since we first started, and we've grown rapidly until now, and it's all because of you. And you guys are the best. Y'all have got us through this winter. Y'all have been so supportive, and we can't wait to start mowing again in just a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, we're counting it down. We're mid-February right now, so it'll be here before we know it. But guys, if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel if you're not, guys. And please share this video. Share it with your favorite gardener in your life. Because they're wanting to start seeds right now too. They might have already started some. But please share it. Share it with everybody you know that might be interested in this kind of content. So guys, yeah, we cannot wait to do it with you again next time. So until next time, see ya.